Hi, welcome to episode 56 of the PassioKnit Spinner podcast. My name is Tracy. You can find me as Schnüffelt here on Ravelry and Instagram. There is a Ravelry group for the podcast. Please come over and join in, get into on the knit-alongs and the fun. There's also a blog where I post the video and links to where you can find me. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. You can see today I'm in my living room. I decided I don't want to sit down in my craft room because it's a total mess and I'm not in the mood to clean it. So I decided to come up here and do my podcast here. And yeah, I also don't have show notes because I'm sitting in my comfy chair and I have nowhere to put them. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. So, yeah, for knitting in the past, I finished my sweater. It's the Middlefield Pullover. I have showed this a lot of times because I've been working on it for a while. It's the cover sweater from the book New England Knits by Melissa Labar and Cecily Glowick McDonald. And yeah, like I said, it's the cover sweater. I decided to do it in different colors because, now where is it? Here it is. Because I spun the yarn myself. It's the same picture. Good thing that I searched for it, right? So here's a picture of the back. The yarn that I used for the main body of the sweater was my hand spun, and I was sure that it's totally not enough because I only had about 680 meters. So I went looking for yarn that would go well with it, and I found Rowan felted tweed that I used with my hand spun. So it's here next to me. I'm going to show it to you in a second. I'm going to move the camera because it's soaking wet and I don't want to take it off and put it back. So this is the Rowan felted tweed that I used. It's this nice mustardy yellow that I love, and I used this for all the ribbing. I also found buttons in my stash that I really like because you need 3 buttons for the neckline. Now come. Oh well. They do look great on the sweater. And so I'm going to show you the sweater. And I'm sorry, I hope you will not get motion sick. So here's my beautiful head. And here's the sweater. I only got 3/4 length sleeves because I ran out of my hand spun earlier than expected. And I was at a knitting retreat at the other end of Germany over the weekend. And I was knitting on it late in the evening. And everyone who was still awake helped me decide what to do. So I put the sweater on and the sleeves were about at my elbow. And we decided that it would be looking best if I just knit the little cuffs and be done, because if I would have knit, you know, the sleeves down in the yellow, it would have looked totally patchworky, and I didn't want that. So yeah, it's what it is. It has 3/4 length sleeves. It fits great, and I'm very happy with it. I wove in all the ends. It's washed. It's blocking right now. I didn't pin anything because why? And yeah, I only need to attach the buttons and it's done. I hope to be able to show it to you next week when I'm wearing it. So yes, this book, New England Knits, is a very good book. There are a lot of nice patterns in it. And as you can see on the model, that's something that I discovered I'm not so super happy about. The sweater itself is very fitted, but the sleeves are super loose and baggy on her. And it's the same with my sweater. The sweater itself is not too tight. You know, I don't look like a sausage. But it's form-fitting. And the sleeves are very wide. So, not sure yet if I like that combination, but I do like how the sweater turned out, so it's fine. So, I'm going to move around a lot because I have all my stuff gathered around me on the floor. And I need somewhere to put this book. So, yeah, that's how it will go. Okay, now for knitting in the present. I am totally in a sweater mood. I talked about this last week. I totally it's my word today. I really want to knit on sweaters, so I did. I was going through all my whips because I also have the odd feeling of wanting to finish stuff, which I never get. That's why I have so much started things. And I decided to take out the Days Cardigan by Cerelia Rose. That's the word. It's a free pattern from the Berkshire website. I'm sure everyone knows this sweater. It's this one here. It's been constantly in the Hot 50, I think, of Ravelry for the last 5 years. Okay, maybe it's only 2 because it's copyright 2014. So yeah, this is a great sweater. I really like it. And I had started it 2 years ago. And I got the ribbing done and I think about 12 rows of the chart, and then I just put it away and was pregnant and didn't want to knit on sweaters, and yeah. So I unearthed it and I finished the back within, I think, 2 days. So this is what it looks like so far. I was here when I took it out. So that's about the amount I had done. I finished the back. It's a super easy, super fast knit because I'm using 6.5mm needles, I think. Doesn't say. It's my Diet Crafts needles, which are amazing needles. They look like this. And I did start the fronts. Now, for the fronts, the pattern is very German style because it tells you everything you have to do for the left front. And it just says, knit the right front, but do the decreases on the other side. Okay. German patterns are always like that. So I should be used to it, but I haven't used German patterns in 10 years. So I kind of, went out of this style and I just didn't know what to do. So what I decided to do to make things easier is knit both at the same time on one needle. So this is the left front. I put a little marker on the edge to tell me, and I'm knitting what the pattern says for the row, and then I'm immediately reversing the row, and then I do my wrong side rows. It's easier for me because it means less thinking, and I always like that. So yeah, you can't really see a lot. I started the fronts. They have a different cable pattern, which is a bit annoying. It looks great, but you got into the groove of doing one thing and now you're doing another thing, but at least the sleeves will be the same as the fronts. So, and I intend doing those both at the same time again. Now, the yarn I'm using is also from Berkshire, and it is their Berkshire Vintage Chunky. It's a acrylic wool and nylon blend. You can machine wash this, which is great. So yeah, I also love the color. It does not really translate on the camera. It's like a dusty teal. That's the word. I only had the German word in my head and it just, yeah. So it's a dusty teal. It's absolutely beautiful, and I'm just looking forward to having it finished because it's a really fast knit, but I'm going to be alone with the baby for 2 weeks, and I don't think that I will be able to knit on this because it has a cable pattern and I have to concentrate on it a little bit, and that's just not working when Tim is with me. So I think you won't see it anytime soon. Okay, now next thing on the needles is socks, of course, in my project bag. Oh, and the last project bag is this one here that the Stitchinista made for me for my 30th birthday. It's ginormous and it's perfect for a sweater. So, okay, now in my project bag, the next thing on my needles is socks. I finished the first sock of the Savvy Skeins Pandemonium colorway. And I started the second one and I'm almost at the heel. Not gonna take it out because it's a sock on needles. So it's my noodle cozy. This was the idea of making them that my husband told me looks stupid. So I did it different. Gonna show it to you later. And here is the ball band. It's like I said, Savvy Skeins. And it's the Flare Sparkle in the Pandemonium colorway. I really like it. It turns out amazing. And these will be for me. I'm knitting this sock on the Knit Pro Royal needles and I'm getting a very loose gauge compared to what I normally have, you know. So I'm not sure yet how I like that. But the socks I do like. So yeah, nothing more to tell. It's socks. I mean, I've shown you socks on every episode of this podcast, I think. Now, next thing on my needles, in a project bag my friend Martina made for me, is the Boardwalk Shawl by Stephen West. I had that also with me on the knitting retreat. This is the pattern, or, you know, the finished shawl. I initially wanted to do the large size, but now I'm doing the small because I have finished the stripes for the small size, and again we talked about it, and the 3 people that I was talking to said that this is going to be really big in the end anyways, so you can't really tell because it's bunched up on my needle, but this is going to be at least half double the size or the length it is right now. And I have picked up all the stitches all the way around for the knit on edge. So yeah, it's a big giant mess right now, but it's going to be super amazing. I'm still very much in love with the yarn that I chose. I chose Query Fiber in her Tweed Base in the Dalek colorway, and the other colorway is called, what's the other way? Explosion. That's the other yarn. So this is the colorway Explosion, and this is the Dalek. And I really like how these work together. So this is going to be a really nice shawl in the end. I'm gonna have tons of yarn left over. So I'm not sure what to do with it yet, but I will find something. So then there's one more thing on my needles. It's the last thing. It's another UFO that I decided to finally finish. It's out of the book The Best of Knit Scene. Knit Scene is a magazine for interweave, and I just wanted to make this sweater forever. It's the Berkshire Dolman sweater. The pattern is by Melissa Verle. I don't know how to say her name. She goes by Neo Knits, and I absolutely love the things she designs. She has very much the same style that I have. So I took it out of hibernation yesterday, and I was somewhere around here, maybe here. So I finished the back of the sweater. You knit the sweater, you do cast on a bunch of stitches for the sleeves and knit them for this in one piece, and then you attach the cuffs. So what I did for this sweater, as you can see, I'm using different yarns. I went through my stash and found a few skeins of this yarn. It's Schoppelwolle 1004. I got it at their factory shop. And I didn't have enough for a full sweater. And also blue is not really perfect for me. So what I did, I went through my stash a little bit more, and I found the other yarns I'm using. And I am really liking it. This is yarn from the Hamburger Wollfabrik. You get it like this on a cone. This is 100% merino. And is it? Yes. It's superwash merino, so you can wash it. It's perfect. And it wasn't thick enough for the gauge that I needed. So I paired it with this darker gray. And this is yarn that I got in Sweden. It's Wetterhof Sevilla. I have no idea how to say it. It's made in Finland. Oh, maybe I got it in Helsinki. I don't remember. But if it's made in Finland, and I've been to Finland, maybe I got it there. I'm not sure. I think I bought it in Stockholm. So yeah, this is a merino and silk blend. I have 3 skeins of this, and I've used a little bit more than 1 skein for the back. So I'm working on the front right now. I have absolutely enough yarn, and it's flying because I started the front yesterday evening while watching Teen Wolf. I decided in November the 6th and last season will start. So I decided until all of them are available on Netflix or Amazon, I want to rewatch the rest. So I watched season 1 yesterday, almost completely. Finished the back. I will love this sweater. I already know how much I will love this. And then I started the front, did all the ribbing, and did all the waist decreases. So this is really flying. This is knit on a 6.5mm needle, which is a 10.5 US. So yeah, all my sweaters right now are super thick, which is good because it's going to be really cold. We had a fire yesterday in, I'm sitting right in front of the oven, and my husband did a fire today already. So yeah, it's getting cold. Okay, that's it for knitting. For knitting in the future, I just want to really finish things, and I also am itching to start a new sweater. But I think it would be wise to finish these 2 first. The Days that's here on this side, and the Berkshire Dolman that's on this side. That I didn't show the project bag because it's a basket. I've had it in this basket forever. I started this way before I started the Days. I think it was maybe in 2012. I'm not sure. Now I want to know when the book came out. Okay, the book came out in 2011, and I did another sweater first. So yeah, 2012 sounds good. So it's been on the needles for way too long, and it's going to be amazing, so I have to finish it. Good. Now, where was I? Knitting in the future. I want to finish stuff. I want to go back to my sock yarn blanket somehow. And then I want to start a new sweater. I just cannot decide what I want. So this will happen as soon as I know what I want to do. Good. Now I always have to try and remember what's next. Next would be spinning, and I did spin. I finished 1 bobbin of a new sweater spin, and I hated it. So I gave the fiber and the finished bobbin that I've spun to a friend who really liked it. And yeah, so there's nothing to show. I can show you a picture, of course. I took a picture for my Instagram. I really like the fiber. It was one of the first fibers I ever bought. It looked like this. It was black with streaks of color. And yeah, spun up, I do like it. It's not that I think it's awfully ugly. I like it, but I would never ever knit a sweater for myself out of it. And I don't see the point of spinning a kilogram of fiber when I'm not going to use it. So I gave it away. And it felt quite good. So I'm not mad about that. The next thing is new stuff. And I did get new stuff. Because I was at a knitting retreat. Of course I got new stuff. So we did some damage. We went to 3 different yarn shops. Yes. So this is from the Friday yarn shopping that we did, and we went to Wollwerkstatt Kiel. It's a very small shop, and she has very nice stuff. So I got kits. Okay, my doorbell just rang, and I'm not going to open it because I can't. I'm recording. I'm sure it's my postman, and he will just put it somewhere else. So I got 2 kits. I got a kit for this pair of mitts, fingerless mitts from Helga Isager. She's a, I think, Danish designer. And it comes with all the yarn, little bits and pieces. They had some of those, I think 3 different pairs of these laying around, and I really like them. So I got the pattern with the kit, and I thought I could use up sock yarn to do more. And then I got a kit for a pattern that I think she designed. I don't know. It's called Regenwürmchen-Tuch, which means like worm. It's the worm shawl. It looks like this. You can't really see it. But I actually got it for the material because I want to use these yarns for a different shawl. I just don't know which one yet. It's one skein of Noro sock. It's the Tayo sock, I think. Can't really tell you. And 2 skeins of the Gaisk Bomuld och Uld that I love so much. And these are just go together perfect. So I had to have this kit, and I will do a 2-color shawl of some sorts. I just don't know which one yet. So yeah, this is what I got there. I'm gonna put it back. Then we went. No, I'm gonna do the stuff that I got at the retreat next because that's easier. At the retreat itself, I didn't do a lot of damage. I only got 2 skeins of yarn and a bag. So, oh, and this tin. I got this little tin with stitch markers in it. I just loved it. It's very cute, and it has just brown stitch markers in, which, you know, brown is one of my favorite colors, so this is perfect. And it will go in my next sweater knit. And from the same person, I got this skein of hand-dyed self-striping yarn in these super bright rainbow acidy colors. And this will be on my needles very soon, I think. And then I got a Zauberball, because you can never have enough of these. And this is the colorway Jacke wie Hose, and I love it. It's one of my favorite of their newer colorways. And this will become socks, actually. I've never knit myself a pair of socks with Zauberball yarn. I made a pair of knee-highs for my husband for skiing out of the Frische Fische, which is the extremely bright rainbowy one, but not for myself. So this will be socks for me, and this will be socks for me. Okay, now I'm running out of space. And then I got a project bag, which is, you know, actually more like a purse style bag. And I intend to use this for when I go to a knitting retreat or just, you know, knitting meetup, and use this as my purse, put in the little project bag that I'm using, and some more things. Okay, there's a bunch of birds, and they are eating my grapes. So I have to get these off before they ate everything. It's actually kind of cute watching them. So, but I also feel a bit like in a Hitchcock movie. So, okay. This is the bag that I got. It has this beautiful embroidery on it. It opens and closes just with a snap up here. And it's quite big. I like it a lot. It has this pocket in the front. And in the pocket, there are more pockets. So, it's a perfect bag for taking with me as a purse. Which is exactly what I intend to do. So that's it from the knitting retreat itself. I also have, but I don't have it here. Oh, I do. On Saturday, we decided to go to Martina Behm. She's the designer behind the Hitchhiker and Hitchhiker-esque shawls, and she lived 15 kilometers from where we stayed. So she had her open day, her open house on this day. Now this is going to get really creepy. Okay, we went there and visited her house, and she has a small shop in her house and just lots of rooms where you can just sit and knit and have coffee and cake and such. And I went home with a pattern. It's the pattern for the Fractal Danger shawl. And just a little tin of stitch markers, because you can't have enough stitch markers. If you ever want to send me stuff, stitch markers is the thing you could send me. I'm so sorry, but this is really distracting. There are a lot of birds outside the window eating my grapes, which is a good sign because it means they are ripe. but I have to take them off. Okay. This is the pattern that I got. And then we went to the Hamburger Wollfabrik because we were almost in Hamburg anyways, and I've never been there because if you saw my Instagram pictures, we live in the most southern little county in Germany, and we went up north. We had almost 900 kilometers to drive, and that's just a far journey. So yeah, we went to Hamburger Wollfabrik and I got yarn for sweaters. And I'm so sorry, I cannot stop watching these birds. I would love to show you, but I don't think you would be able to tell. So this is really creepy. Okay, I got 3 cones of yarn to go together into possibly a Stripes Gone Crazy cardigan, or the sweater that looks like a cardigan but is a sweater. So it's a gray. It's a really nice stony marble gray. And these actually are 2 different types of turquoise. They're way more turquoise than they show up. Yeah, these will be one sweater, and I decided to go with the turquoise because I always wear autumnal colors, you know, so I wanted to have something that's different. And then, because I am still me, I got autumnal colors for another sweater. The sweater I'm going to make out of this is called 3-in-1, and I wanted to make this sweater forever. So this is going to be my main color. It's a dark burgundy red. Then we have this nice hunter green, well, a light. It's like a mixture of hunter green and lime. It's a beautiful color. And to go with these 2, I have these 2, which are, you know, yellow and orange. It's just very much my color palette. I am in love with these. This is going to be an amazing sweater, and I have enough yarn to do 2 sweaters with these colors. Thank God, because if you ever go to a Hamburger Wollfabrik, you see cones and cones of stuff, and there are little things that tell you what it is. And I didn't look at the thing that told me what it is. I just went for a color, and I ended up with these 4 beautiful cones of yarn that have a mixture of 60% cashmere, a lot of silk, and a little bit of wool on them. So these were expensive. I didn't really plan on paying that much money, but I have, with all of these cones that I just showed, enough to knit 4 sweaters, and then it's okay. But, you know, be careful, look at what you get. And also you can, they only start at 200 grams, so you cannot go under 200 grams of what you need. And for the 3-in-1, I would have needed only 100 grams of my 3 contrast colors, and it wasn't possible, so yeah, it's fine. I'm going to use these very soon. I look very forward to knit with these because I'm knitting with one of these right now, and it's just amazing. I've knit a sweater for my husband before, and it's just beautiful. It washes perfectly. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So I have 2 more things to show. Last week I had an indie of the week for the first time in a long time, and it was Stranded Dye Works. And I talked about how she had a sock blank club that I didn't join because I had enough stuff, and when I went to link her for my little weenie show notes, I saw that she still had spots open in that, so yeah. I'm sure you can already tell where this is going. I got into her sock blank club, and I got my first sock blank. So if you are in her club and you don't want to be spoiled, I'm going to show mine. I'm not going to unroll it, I'm just going to show the roll. I really like it. It's dark red, pink with turquoisey blue things. It also has a handwritten note to me, so that's very nice. And yeah, I love it. It's very beautiful. Sock blanks. I love them. I should knit one sooner or later. And the last thing that I have to show for new stuff is I am in a quilting bee and I got my next bubble. I have to sew 2 bubbles super fast. I'm going to do that on Saturday. So yeah, but here's my third one that I received. I did ask for autumnal colors, of course. I asked for the bubbles to be green, brown, orange, or red, and the background to be yellow. So, yay! I'm really happy with these. It's a lot of fun, but I'm way behind already because I don't know. I love doing stuff like that. I really do. But when it gets, you know, a thing that I have to do, I don't wanna. So I'm just not made for that stuff. I love doing it, I love receiving, I love giving, but you know, having to have stuff done at a deadline, it's just, it's not for me. So, now that was new stuff. No indie of the week this week. Then their next thing is, I think, reading, listening, watching. And I already told you, I'm re-watching Teen Wolf. I did watch a little bit of Supernatural before we left, and I decided to watch Teen Wolf because I love Teen Wolf. It's one of my absolute favorite shows. And watching the first season was kind of cute because they're all such babies still. Yeah, I love Teen Wolf. It's perfect. I haven't read anything still. I went on to Goodreads the other day and saw that my reading challenge, my personal reading challenge for me, was reading 20 books this year. So far I've written 2. I've read 2. So yeah, I'm totally going to fail that. And also you can possibly hear the church bells because it's noon and they go on forever at noon. So yeah, good. I haven't listened to an audiobook either, so that's a no. Now for sewing, I did sew quite a bit. I made 18 needle cozies that I took with me, and I brought back 5 of them. So I'm going to show those 5, and these will go up in the shop. 3 of those will go up in the shop. Now the first one is one of the tape measure fabrics I have still left. And this one here is lined with a pink with mustard polka dots. The measurements are correct. So I did measure the centimeters and I measured the inches. They do line up perfectly. So you can use this to measure your sock if you want to. You know, just have to think a bit different, but you know, it's from 12 to 32, so you have 20 centimeters there that you could use to measure. And the next thing that will go up in the shop is this blue one here with a, it's like a dundle fabric. You would see this used for sewing dundles. It's lined orange. That's why it has orange snaps. And the third one is this one here that will go in the shop. And it is lined with fabric from the same fabric line actually. And looks like this. So these 3 will go up in the shop. This one here has already found a new home. It will go to a knitting friend. It's lined with the orange fabric. And the last one is going to stay with me because when I made these, all the time I had in my head, please make that, please keep it, just keep it, just keep it. And of course I didn't because, yeah, I took it with me, no one wanted it, so it's gonna stay with me. And it's the prettiest I think I made. I love this fabric. It's beautiful. It's green. Of course it's green. It's lined with green polka dots. This is going to stay with me. So I have a new needle cozy, which is good because I use these all the time, especially for socks. Now that's it for sewing. Of course, there's no cross stitch. there's nothing for everything else because I just didn't write down anything because I don't have show notes. So I am going to try and save some of my grapes from the birds. And yeah, I think that's it. I am not sure when I will record next because, like I said, my husband's busy with work and he's going to be gone for 2 weeks. So I'm not going to podcast within the next 2 weeks at all, for sure. But when he's back, I will be back as well. So yeah, I wish you all a wonderful fall. It's my favorite season, and I think that's it. I will talk to you again in 2 weeks, possibly, and until then, enjoy everything you do. Bye.